Hi, Twin Flames. Welcome to this Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Tarot Love Reading. I'm Alara the Alchemist. Thank you for checking in. If these readings resonate with you at all, please like, share, and subscribe. And I would love some comments. I haven't gotten any yet. Just let me know how this applies to your life and what you're going through. You know, we're all on a template here for this journey of self. So I've already pre shuffled and laid the cards out because, as you all are probably experiencing, these energy waves are massive. I've been so tired. My heart chakra has been acting up for about a week straight. Um, Lots of palpitations and heaviness, shortness of breath, which with everything that's going around, when you're an empath and you feel the energy of the collective, a lot of times, you know, when there's pandemics like there is now, even though I won't even get into that, but there's a lot of people sick. It's cold and flu season, not to mention the COVID, but um, the shortness of breath could be a collective thing. If you're not sick, if you're just experiencing that, you know, it's like it's there, but it doesn't really hinder you. It's just you have to learn your body and which emotions are yours and which emotions are the collectives or other people's. Because once you learn to differentiate what you're feeling versus what you're actually experiencing, it takes the anxiety away from, is something wrong with me? You begin to distinguish whether it's your energy or someone else's that you're feeling. And you usually can work up to pinpointing who it is because that's the person that will come into your mind space. But as these energies flow, there's a lot of deep healing going on, I feel like, because, we are kind of confined to our spaces lately. And there's not a whole lot to do besides go within. And it appears to be paying off, feminines, because we have an offer on the table, or it's on its way. I draw the Lenormand cards to see what the heart of the matter is, and I do these first. And I use intuitive select. I just shuffle until they pop out, and I've gone to doing it this way and not recording the shuffling because I really can't talk and do two or three things at the same time. So, um, on some of my previous videos, you can see my method to my madness. But anyway, so the Lenormand card, bottom of the deck here for garden is like public events or social. And this is a commitment on the way, ladies, feminines. This is a commitment on the way. And I feel like that, you're going to take it to the next level. Most of us divine feminines are kind of in the shadows of our person's life, um, because we're such an oddity to the kind of relationship they've ever experienced. They don't really know what to do with us or how to explain us to people. As in my dynamic, there's an 11-year age difference. Um, he's waiting to see where his life's going and what's going to happen, and I've already been there, done that. So that's where going into mission is so important, divine feminines, because the universe uses this as an incentive for us, um, to work on ourselves. And when we realize how the inner child healing manifests in our reality as less conflicts and smoother operations of life, and as I say, you learn to float over the speed bumps of life. instead of crashing into them and doing damage. You know, the universe constantly challenges us, um, and lately it has really been presenting worst fear or worst case scenario in our dynamic. But the good news is that I was able to float over these speed bumps, and that is a direct result of doing the inner child healing. And the message I received was that, you know, this twin flame relationship is so tough, um, and it goes so deep into healing our psyche because, folks, what we have been gifted with, um, what we came here to do, the truths that we came to tell, are not going to be very popular. You know, this is a lot of secret, hidden information that the cabal and elite forces know how the laws of this planet works. Um, but everything in our reality has been based on lies. And I was confronted with that this week. I thought I had met a like minded individual, but he thought I was the devil, pretty much. And I literally could feel his anger and anxiety in my stomach. And I felt it for a day afterwards. And that's when I came to the realization that this is all in preparation for our mission, guys. We have to be tough skinned. And most of us divine feminines are empaths. So we feel everything that's all around us, and we've spent our whole lives retreating, you know, and crying and not developing good coping skills and conflict resolution because of all the trauma we went through. And you know, this starts out as being speaking of dream come true, the Nine of Cups here, because this whole process, you know, you meet your divine complement, your divine counterpart, and it's a dream come true. You know, the peace that you feel in your soul when you are in the energetic presence of your divine counterpart is the thing you have looked for your whole life, like that you could not get from anybody else. That peace is what we're here for, pretty much, because it grounds us into feeling safe within ourselves and being able to, you know, go through the journey of life authentically. So this whole reading, we've reached some happiness here, and you can thank the planets for that, I'm sure. But there's been a lot of deep work within the masculine lately, and their feminine side has been coming out. So our first card here, this first line represents, you know, the current energies, what we may be facing. And what I'm getting from this is um, the wheel's fixing to turn in everybody's favor. The divine feminine, if she's focusing on mission, everything in her life is starting to balance out. You know, she's moving away from the rocky shores of the emotional roller coasters that she's been on. And as it is, you know, we have, most of us divine feminines have had to support, you know, whether it's emotionally, financially, um, our divine counterpart. And what we're finding now is that, you know, we're in the process of learning unconditional love. You learn to be this generous benefactor. You know, as your finances stabilize and improve, unconditional love requires giving without expectation. So, you know, the people that you have been giving your time and effort to, which is mostly your divine counterpart, you know, they were really in need of what you gave them. And all of us need I like to say, you know, safe harbor or lighthouse in the storm. And that's what we're here to learn how to be. You know, when we go within and calm our stormy seas, and we're able to present that environment for people around us, our divine counterpart is really our first student. You know, um, everything that we heal within us spills over energetically onto them, and it's just a beautiful thing to learn First Corinthians love. It's really been a beautiful process because, you know, we're raised in a society to think, I did this, now you have to do that. Well, no, that's not part of unconditional love. And our planet runs on unconditional love, guys, so we better be figuring it out. You better be releasing the resentments and all this other stuff. But as you come into your power, you know, you're in your mission work and you're becoming financially stable, he's been presented with opportunity for growth in business. It's almost a divine offer. And I see this as a death to this imbalance that's possibly been going on, you know. And because of your generosity, the universal laws, and your unconditional love, and your giving without expectation, how that's spilled over energetically onto your masculine, your counterpart, because now he's being offered things seemingly out of nowhere. And so there's going to be a death to the struggle here that you've been going through. And there could have been some separation while he did this, you know. I feel like this blessing has really got him into his traditional roles that he's programmed with. He wants to be that nurturer. He wants to be that provider. He wants to be the person that takes charge of his own life and realizes his own dreams. And you, by, you know, going in, doing mission work, focusing on yourself, letting him have time to do what he's got to do over there, and having your relationship in this stationary position where you are receiving enlightenment during this. You know, a separation period is okay. It's perfectly fine. I live with mine. There's been times I would have loved to have a separation because I've had to see all of the dynamic and templates play out in front of me, and learn how to not take it personally. And that's, you know, that's what we're here for. We're here to teach people you can really live harmoniously with other people on this planet. There doesn't have to be any hard feelings, really. You know, if we're all here to play a role and we're just characters in a game, why do you want to hold on to that for the rest of your life? So during this period of separation, and you've returned and found your joy, you know, because he removed himself from the situation for a reason. You know, your divine counterpart is pre-programmed to do everything he is supposed to do to trigger you to go within for your growth. So he's separated from you for a reason. And that's gave him time to focus on himself. And as our reality breaks down, you know, our masculines are coming back to their traditional roles. You know, our men in our society, let's be honest, our masculine, our testosterone-driven counterparts have led to a great demise because, you know, they lack the nurturing, and they've been made to feel like kind of spokes in a wheel. You know, they're just workhorses in the workforce. And because of this divine opportunity, you know, they're being able to see that they can have their own life and a career and see their passions develop. So yeah, he's going to come in with an offer of commitment, guys. It's going to happen pretty quick. You know, this is the 1111 card. So all your wants, wishes, and desires are going to manifest, but you have to, in order to keep this wheel turning, you're going to have to be humble and kind. You're going to have to, be forgiving. All of the things that Jesus taught us to be in his parables were a direct instruction on how to become an enlightened, ascended individual on this planet. And it's been really hard to learn, even though you might feel that in your heart and you might say, oh, I'll turn the other cheek. No, when you go to put it into practice, your little resentments and stuff come up. And it's just this inner child healing is a beautiful thing. To peel back the layers of our ego down to where we can be a generous benefactor to all of those around us. This is just the method to make sense of the madness that you signed up for, Twin Flame. And at some point, everyone will ascend to a twin flame situation. But right now, if you've been called to watch this and this resonated with you, it means you're a leader. And just, think you wrote this story yourself before you were born. How much easier will your life be if you ride this wheel instead of trying to sabotage it, instead of being an opposing force in your life? Do your inner child healing and do the self-work and love yourself and find out what your mission and purpose is in this life. I guarantee you it's not to punch time clock. Between now and December 21st, we've got to get our game on fleek, Divine Films, because that big blast of solar energy that's coming is going to wake everybody up. And those that physically survive it, are going to be looking to us for answers. So, I take this very seriously, and so should you. But in the meantime, the good news is that your heart's desires is on the way. Keep your course. Keep doing what you're doing. I think it's going to come pretty quick, and it's probably well deserved. Well done. As I said, if any of this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'd love a comment. And if you would like a personalized reading, you can email me at the link below. I'm out. Speak to you later.